Zach. My name's Nick. Nice to meet you.
Thanks, Dick.
All right. So before we get started today, I just kind of wanted to go over some quick demographic information with you. Now, my understanding is that you are 27 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You consider yourself to be from a kind of a Germanic American family.
Yeah.
And you're pretty into that heritage a little bit.
I would say so. Yeah.
All right, that's cool. All right, and you've never really been to this kind of setting before, right?
Never been in therapy. No.
Okay, cool. All right, so kind of tell me a little bit about yourself. What brings you in today?
My spouse and I are having some anger issues.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you mean some anger issues? Can you describe them for me?
We yell at each other, and I sometimes get so angry and I break stuff.
Okay. All right. So you've been arguing a lot lately, or is this like an ongoing thing?
No, it's been happening for a couple of years now.
Okay.
So she's, I guess it got to the point where I'm worried that she's gonna leave if I don't shape up, and I'm here to shape up. So you're supposed to do that.
All right. Well, we're gonna work together on this.
Okay.
All right. So tell me about So you said this has been happening for a few years.
Yep.
Tell me about an instance where this didn't occur.
Oh wow. Probably when we first got together, when we were dating.
Okay. So what was going on then where guys weren't fighting as much?
We didn't live together.
Okay.
We were kind of excited to get to know things about each other and look over the bad stuff. If they were bad things, then we would say, "Oh, that's cute. That'll go away." It didn't.
Okay. All right. So what's going on now that's different from then?
Well, we yell at each other, and it's about stupid stuff. I don't even know why we do it, but then I just take it to the next level and break stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So then I'm just kind of rehash what you're telling me here, just make sure I'm understanding correctly. So what I'm hearing is that you guys will start arguing about something, and the argument's going and going, and then you feel that you kind of push it to the next level, and you do that through lashing out.
Yeah, break stuff.
Yeah. So why do you think you lash out?
I don't know. It gets to a point where I can't be angry and just yell anymore, so I hit something, and it just feels good to get that out and to break it and to see that broken. Like, that's what I'm feeling right now.
All right. So you're kind of doing it to show not only your intensity, but kind of to reflect how you feel in the moment.
Yeah, angry.
Angry. Okay.
Yeah, angry.
All right. So what I want to work with you on a couple of different things today. Have you ever heard of mindfulness?
Sounds Eastern.
Well, it has its basis in a lot of different things, but the idea behind it is that you take some time during whatever it is that's got you heated, and this is the hard part, mind you, but you've got to take some time, like just a couple minutes for a deep breath or two, and kind of step back from the situation, kind of survey it and say, okay, what's going on? What am I feeling? Why am I feeling it? And just kind of just take some deep breaths, process through your emotions. And then when you've done that, you can kind of work on regulating them. When you say, okay, I'm angry. I know I'm angry. I know I'm getting worked up. Then you can process through it and say then you could either express to your spouse, hey, I'm getting angry. I need to take a step back for a minute, take some breaths. Give me a moment. Or you can find another outlet. So for you, if you were to try something like that, what do you think another outlet would be?
I don't know. I could hit my punching bag.
Okay. And what does that do for you?
Like exercise, just anything that's going on in that day that I don't really want to deal with, I can just, that's the punching bag, and I beat the shit out of it.
Okay, so you can, for you, a way of coping is to kind of release your anger on an object that does not break.
Yeah, I can take it,
Okay.
and I can dish it out. It can take it. It's kind of a win-win.
Okay. That's definitely one avenue. Let's go back. Let's think back for a second because you had mentioned that back when you were first dating, you weren't getting as angry and you weren't getting things. So I would, to me, that seems to be a good point in your guys' relationship.
Oh yeah, for sure.
How do you think you could increase those good times?
I don't know. Your
Okay.
guess is as good as mine.
Okay. So is there, I mean, again, is there, what, so the primary differences I'm hearing from you is you guys live together now as opposed to you didn't.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and what's your communication levels like?
Communication level.
Yeah, like, do you guys talk regularly just when you're not in a fight?
I mean, yeah, I'd say it's about 50-50.
About 50-50?
Yeah.
Okay. So sometimes you talk, sometimes you don't?
Well, I'd say if you put it like that, I don't know. We don't really. If you put it like that,
Mhm.
it'd be like third of the time we talk and everything's okay, normal. Third of the time we yell. Third of the time we ignore each other and doing our own thing.
Okay. So let's talk about the times that are normal.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Let's focus on that for a minute.
Talking, no talking.
With talking or out no talking, whatever you guys would consider to be a good day in your relationship.
Okay.
What makes it a good day?
We usually haven't seen each other for a while.
Mhm.
Feel kind of disconnected. Maybe we'll spend some time together. She'll make dinner. I'll eat it. It's good. You know, we go to bed and maybe watch a movie or something. And, get a good night's sleep. That's a good day.
Okay, all right. So well, now let's talk about a bad day. What was kind of the last bad day that you had?
Well, she yelled, and
What did she yell about? What did she get upset about?
I was walking out the door to go to work,
Mhm.
and she told me in a yelling voice, "Why didn't you turn the coffee maker off?" And I said, "I am on my way to work. I don't have time to turn the coffee maker off." And she yelled again, "You can't be doing this. You're gonna burn the house down, yada, yada, yada." And I just got pissed off and started hitting the wall. And then I walked out and I went to work.
Okay. All right, and then when you got back from work, what happened?
She was pissed off.
Okay.
Didn't talk to me, yelled at me, didn't talk to me. I yelled at her,
What did you yell at her about?
her yelling at me.
Okay. All right. So, is there a way that you can conceive of that you could kind of not start that yelling cycle? Because what you're telling me right now is that there's a cycle that happens, is that something occurs.
Yep.
She gets upset.
Mhm.
You get upset because she's yelling at you.
Yep.
And then she gets more upset and yells more.
Yep.
And then you break something.
Yep.
So that's kind of a cycle.
Yeah.
So what can we do to kind of intervene in that cycle?
Well, it'd be great if she would just stop yelling.
Okay.
Then, the whole thing just falls apart, right? Because, everything just goes back to her yelling in the first place. Done.
Okay. So the fact of the matter is, like, we can't speak to her on this one. So what you've just proposed is entirely on her part.
Right.
So let's think for a minute on your part.
Okay.
What could we do on your part to help break that cycle?
Well, she yells. I yell back. She yells some more. Yada yada yada. I break something.
Okay.
I should stop breaking things, but like, what else am I gonna do?
Well, you mentioned that there was punching bag for you. And then there was that technique I mentioned of being able to step back a little bit and just kind of take some deep breaths.
Okay.
Kind of help process through that.
Okay.
So, what about communication within the early stages of the fight? What could we do there to help mitigate the problem?
What do you mean communication in the early stages of the fight?
Well, when she begins to yell,
Mm-hmm.
you yell back.
Yep.
That's a form of communication.
Okay.
It's not a positive form of communication.
Right.
So, those are the moments that will either lead to escalation or de-escalation.
Okay.
So, obviously, you don't want to fight, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to fight with my spouse. I want that to just be okay. It's not okay. That's why I'm here.
All right. So, what we need to do is we need to figure out a way for you to be able to go from escalating in anger to being able to communicate your anger and why you're angry.
Okay.
So what do you think you could do to accomplish that?
Well, yelling obviously isn't working out.
Yes.
That makes it worse.
Mm-hmm.
I hit stuff.
Yep.
So not yelling.
Okay.
Not yelling. I could try to lower my voice.
Okay.
I don't know. Can you think of anything else?
Well, what you suggested, lowering your voice, is definitely a good step.
Uh-huh.
So let's start with that step, I think. So here's what I would like to see happen for the next time is when you go home and talking to your spouse, tell her about what we talked about here today. Talk to her about kind of some new things you want to try. And maybe try to work on that lowering your voice a little bit.
Okay.
And kind of working on that emotional regulation. Just kind of thinking before you act a little bit. And then what I want you to do is I want you to make a note, either a physical note by writing it down or a mental note of each time that happens throughout the week, and then note whether that ended up positively or negatively. Positively being in a effective communication that expresses both yours and your spouse's feelings, or something along those lines, whatever positive means to you. Or negative, I assume, would be yelling and screaming and
what's been going on.
What's been going on.
Yeah.
So, and kind of note which one, what gets you there, and then we'll talk about it on the next go, and we'll see what the differences between those situations are, and then we can work from there to kind of get a foundation and a base and build on those more positive experiences.
Okay, Doc.
All right. Well, that sounds like we've got a plan for next week, and I will see you then.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.